Hello and welcome. My name is Mark. This is Riffle Shuffle and Roll, and if it's your first time visiting the channel, be sure to hit subscribe and the bell so you're notified about new games every week. Well, it's our final week of Rook Month, and we've got 4 more games to cover that were created by George Parker himself way back in the early 1900s. Today, we're here to learn a little game called Rook for 2. Now, it should be noted that this is different than the 2-player variant that is published in the modern day version of the game by Hasbro. So Rook for 2 is a card game for 2 players in the trick family. Its key features and mechanisms include trick taking, a trump color, bidding, count cards, and a dummy hand. The objective for both players each round is to capture as many count cards and tricks as possible. The objective for the bid winner is to meet or exceed their bid for the round. The objective for the game is to be the first player to reach 150 points or more. All you need to play Rook for 2 is a Rook deck and a way to keep score. To set up for the game, you're going to need to remove a few cards from the deck. You will need to remove the 1s, 2s, and 3s from each color and get that Rook card out of there as well. To determine the dealer for the game, each player draws a card. The player with the highest card deals first. The dealer will deal 13 cards to their opponent, to a dummy hand that is always on the right of the dealer, and to themselves. There will be 5 cards remaining to form the nest. Place those aside. They will be used during the bidding phase. Alright, so here we have the dealer at the bottom. We have the 5-card nest, the second player's hand, and the dummy hand to the right of the dealer. Now the dummy hand should be kept in a pile face down. We're all ready for the bidding phase. When a player bids, they are saying how many points they think they can earn this round. So there are 126 possible points, and 100 of those are count cards, 26 of those are tricks. The dealer bids first, and they must bid a minimum of 30 points. If the opponent thinks they can capture more, they raise the bid. And bidding will continue going back and forth until one player finally says pass. When that occurs, the last player to bid is the bid winner. For this example, we're going to say that the dealer won the bid. The first thing they do is call the trump color. They're going to say that for this hand, black is trump. The player who wins the bid also gets to exchange cards with the nest. They pick up the nest, and they must exchange 2 cards. They are not allowed to exchange 1, and it must be 2 or none. So here the player is going to keep the 13 and the 12, and then they're going to go ahead and put the 7 and the green 9 back into the nest. The cards placed back in the nest are set aside. The nest will not be used again until the next round. The cards they kept from the nest go into their hand. Play begins with the player opposite of the dealer. They lead the first trick. They may play any card from their hand. So this player chooses to lead the trick with the red 14. The dummy will go next. You simply play the top card from the dummy's pile. It doesn't matter if it follows the color or not. Whatever the top card is played. The opposite player must follow the color if possible. If they cannot match the color that has been played, they can play any card from their hand. This player chooses to play the red 10. The highest card in the color that was led, or the highest trump colored card, takes the trick. The 14 takes the trick. The trick winner collects the trick and places it face down near them. Whoever wins the trick leads next. This player chooses to lead the red 4. Again, play the top hand from the dummy, but the opposite player must match the color if they can. So they are going to take it with the red 11. They capture the trick, place it aside, and then lead the next one with the 14 black. The following player must match the color if they can, and play the dummy's top card. The 14 takes the trick. Let's take a look at what happens if a player is unable to follow the color that was led. So here, the dealer leads with the black 13. The opposite player does not have any black cards, so they can play anything they want. They're going to go ahead and throw out their yellow 7. The dummy plays their top card, and it's a black 10. The 13 takes the trick. All right, now let's take a look at what happens if the dummy wins a trick. So the dealer captured the previous trick, and they're going to go ahead and lead a green 14. The opposite player must match the color if they can, and we play the top card from the dummy. The dummy wins the trick. They take it with a trump colored 5. So the dummy collects the trick, just place it face down near the dummy's pile, and they lead. Whatever the color is determines how the trick will be played. So the dummy's lead is a black 11. So the following player must play a black card if they can. And the opponent does not have any black cards, so they can play anything they want from their hand. They're going to go ahead and throw their green 7. The dummy captures another trick, and the dummy leads the next one. Play like this continues until all the tricks are captured. Once the final trick is played, it's time to tally up the score. Each player will earn 2 points for each trick they captured. They earn 5 for each 5 captured, 10 points for each 10 captured, and 10 points for each 14 captured. However, if the bid winner does not meet or exceed their bid, they earn 0 points, and their opponent's points are doubled for the round. You do not have to keep score for the dummy. After you have tallied up the score for the round, collect the cards, and the player opposite of the previous dealer deals them out. Remember that the dummy hand is always to the right of the dealer, so it will be alternating sides during the game. Continue playing rounds until one player reaches 150 points or more. The first player to do so is the winner. And that's how to play Rook for 2. I hope you're enjoying Rook Month. If so, please go ahead and leave a comment down below and let me know which game you enjoyed the most. For those of you who are just visiting for the first time, I have a whole playlist committed to Rook games, so a link for that is down below. I also have many other playlists for trick-taking games, hand-shedding games, domino games, and commercial games, and many more. You can access all of those on my YouTube channel page. Well, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep on playing.